You know, I got to ask a question, and I'm going to try to answer it. First of all, let me ask you a couple questions. Did you ever know anybody that was good at football or basketball or baseball or pool or playing cards, playing music, a mathematician, whatever? Okay, you ever know somebody that seemed like they excelled at something? Okay, and the reason why I'm asking that is because we are all different, and we are all exceptional in our own way. We all have our strong points and we all have our weak points. So, and that's why I'm trying to say this to clarify something, because I got asked a question, and it's because the guy said he didn't want to be so dumb, and he didn't know. Well, being dumb is if you don't know something, you try to do something and you do it wrong. Asking questions is a smart thing to do. I mean, that's just the way it is. So anyway, and I do a lot of things. I do all my own mechanic work on all my bikes. It's because my little special thing was I've always been good at mechanics. If I don't know what I'm doing, I can usually figure it out. And if I can't figure it out, I'll go to YouTube or I'll go to wherever and I'll find out the information that I need. Because if you don't know and you try to do it, that's pretty dumb. But if you don't know and you get an idea and you can take that idea or even learn and put that into good practice, then that's a smart thing to do. Always ask questions. Never, ever stop asking questions. Always ask. So anyway, the question that was asked, and I sent him a text, but I actually told him the wrong information. So I decided, well, I'll just make a little video and try to clear it up. Okay. And it was on the lag adjustment on the 300L on the throttle. Well, if you look right here, there's a nut, and then there's this thingy right here, and then there's the cable. All you do is back this nut off, and then you unscrew this, and what it does, it takes the slop out of your cable. Okay, that's one way to do it. And see there, here's one here actually for the clutch side. You can see it. Same deal, right there. Or you can do the clutch right here. This is your final adjustment. Okay, just back off that ring, and then screw that right there, and it takes the slop out of your clutch cable. Okay, that's how you adjust your two cables on that. You can also on the 300 or any of these throttle body ones down here, there's a nut down here and an adjuster down there. You down there do that as well. All you do is loosen that top nut, back that out, and then tighten it back down. And what that does, it doesn't actually shorten your cable. It takes the movement. You have so much movement in that cable, and when you adjust those adjusters, you're taking up part of that movement, which takes the slack out of the cables. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I'd have to. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, so what you're actually doing is you're using more of the travel that the cable has in it. You're actually using more of it after just in the adjuster. You're not really shortening the cable. But anyway, that's the two ways that you can adjust. Like I said, that's how I did it on mine for the lag on the throttle. See, I have very little. I like mine that way, and it works good for me. But that's the way you do it. And like I said, if anybody ever has any questions, do not hesitate to ask. Am I a great mechanic? No, I am not. I'm just a guy that's fortunate enough to be able to figure things out. And like I said, and I've been around mechanics quite a bit, so I'm pretty good at it. Ain't great, but I'm pretty good. So, but anyway, that's the way that you can take the slop out of your cables. On the Tenere, it's kind of the same way. It's probably down. Yep. Okay. The information I gave him, I was actually thinking about the Tenere. There's what I was talking about. The rubber piece with the split. And see there, I got confused and just pull them apart. See, and you've got those adjusters there. Same way. That's on the Tenere. That's how I took the slop out of the Tenere. And so I just wanted to kind of clarify that, the way you take the slop out of your cables. So what I actually told him was wrong. That was for the Tenere. And so that's why I decided to make this for the 300, because he had a 300 and he wanted to take the slop out. But that's the way you do it. Adjuster right there. Back off this nut. And this thing here should screw out. And then you tighten that back down. So ain't much to it. But anyway, or you can do it down on the bottom. I said you do it down here. Do the same way. Just loosen that top nut right here, and then screw this out like you're unscrewing it, and then tighten that top nut back down, and it takes the free play out of your throttle. See, I got very little, and when I work my throttle up here, see how much that moves? Very little. You know, you don't want to get that too tight, but you know that's how you do it. So anyway, Alex, that's if you ever have a question, don't hesitate to ask. I'll share my little bit of knowledge with you best I can. So anyway, hey, ride safe, ride free.